Hello and welcome to Wired In. I'm Diana Gulotta, Executive Director for Public Relations and Marketing for Hampton City Schools. I'm very pleased today to be joined by two of my favorite folks, Vivian Griese, who's the Curriculum Leader for Fine Arts for Hampton City Schools. Welcome.
Thank you.
And Kelly Dee, who is the Teacher Specialist for Music for Hampton City Schools.
Thank you.
So first off, I want to get to know a little bit about each of you, and I'll start with you, Vivian. You said you had a kind of a long career path to get to where you are here, but tell us a little bit about that.
When I graduated from college, I worked as a graphic artist and illustrator for about 15 years. And when I moved to this area, someone said, oh, you should sub until I could find another graphic arts job. I started a long-term sub job that lasted 2.5 years, found out I loved teaching, so I went back and got certified excuse me, to teach, and then worked my way up, and I taught everything from handicapped 3-year-olds all the way up to high school. I taught every grade level, both studio and computer arts. And then about 5 years ago, I was hired as the curriculum leader for fine arts. So went from being a long-term sub to the curriculum leader. So I feel very lucky to work with such wonderful teachers.
Great, great. Well, what about you, Kelly? Tell us about your career path.
Well, I went to school in Florida and then Alabama, and a colleague recommended Hampton, Virginia, and told me that there was a position open at Kecoughtan High School. So 20 years ago, I interviewed there and was the director of bands for 14 years. And then I've been in my current role as the teacher specialist for 6 years, working with some great music educators in our state.
I didn't realize you were a Kecoughtan, so I learned something new today as well. Well, Vivian, tell us about, I know that you specialize more in the visual arts, and I've been very impressed overall with fine arts in terms of everything that's offered. But why don't you share with our viewers a little bit about the programs offered in the area of visual arts?
Well, we offer general art education to all the K through 5. We have 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade art, but then when you get into high school, excuse me, we have 4 pathways for the different students. The first thing we'd like to say is in the fine arts department, every student has a place. It doesn't matter what your skill level is, we have a place for you. And our pathways, you do not have to stay in the single pathway. You can take courses across the 4 of them, but we try to address the needs of the various students. So we have our art foundations for those students that like to do art but don't really have a desire to become an artist or art major. And one of our exciting classes there is our cultural art forms class, where we do cultural crafts from around the world. Our second one is for the student who's more serious and would like a more detailed oriented programming. So we have our advanced mastery classes, which are the advanced drawing, advanced painting, AP studio art. And then we have our art history for the students that want to learn more about art but would like less studio. So we have all the way up to AP art history. And then finally, to address our current technologies, we have our art technology track, where they can take computer graphic arts and computer animation.
Wow.
So we offer a wide variety.
Sounds interesting, the computer piece of that.
It's very popular.
I'm sure. Well, tell us a little bit more about the music programs that we offer in Hampton City Schools, Kelly.
Well, we have general music in all of the elementary schools. We feel very fortunate to have that. And then in the middle school level, we have band and chorus. And then when you move to high school, we have a contemporary and a traditional track. Traditional track being band, chorus, and guitar. Contemporary being electronic music, music production, music theory, AP music theory, more non-performance classes. But we believe that that provides students an opportunity to possibly pursue this as a college track or a career track, and all those skills work together to benefit the students.
Great. So I've noticed with fine arts overall that you all are very involved in the community in terms of performances and so on, and inviting the community in. Tell us a little bit about some of the upcoming visual arts events that are planned in the next few months or so.
Excuse me. We have a really great relationship with all of our community partners, but most of our art shows, besides the smaller little shows that are here and there, our big ones are in the spring. So March, which is Music in Our Schools Month, and Youth Art Month, we'll have an art exhibit. Every art teacher submits 2 pieces of student artwork, and we display that at City Hall down in the lobby. And it's up for a month, and the public is free to come see it. And then our other large show is our high school show from all 4 high schools, and we house that show at the Convention Center here in Hampton. And it's a very large show. It extends the length of the Convention Center. And this last year we had over 300 pieces of artwork. And again, that's free and open to the public whenever that building is open.
And so when we get closer to those events, of course, we'll advertise those on our website so that parents can come and the community members can come see how great our student visual arts are.
And we have a reception at the beginning of each of those shows that people are welcome to come to.
Great. So hopefully our viewers will mark their calendars and look forward to those. And like I said, we'll put more information out on the website on those. So let's talk a little bit about music. I know we have something exciting coming up, but tell us generally what's going on, and then let's talk about the John Lennon tour.
Generally what goes on is we have our winter concert series in the month of December, and that schedule will be posted on the Facebook page where we list all of the concerts where we invite the community in for the holidays to our schools and to listen to and watch the great talents of our students. Then we move into March and April, Music in Our Schools Month, as well as Art in Our Schools Month. And then we have our spring concert series towards the end of the school year. We have our Warrior Classic Marching Band competition coming up in November at Darling Stadium. It's been going on for well over 20 years. We have the Hampton Road Show Choir Invitational, which occurs at Kickingham High School, which has been going on for over 20 years. So that's the band and the chorus side. And they get to see marching bands and show choirs and concert choruses from around the state at those events. And those are fundraisers, but the community is more than welcome to come down and enjoy those talents of those students. We're also really proud of our relationships with Young Audiences of Virginia, Virginia Symphony Orchestra, and Langley Air Force Base. They come into our schools and they work with our students, master classes and guest clinicians, so that's another way we bring them in to work with students.
So I know something exciting is happening here pretty soon that you all have been in my office frequently talking to me about, and I'm excited about it, but the John Lennon Educational Bus Tour. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, last spring, as a Best Community for Music Education designee, we were given the opportunity to submit a video with our students, about a 1-minute video about what makes music education great in our school system. And many, many, many school systems submitted video entries. And there were 10 finalists and 3 winners, and we were very proud that our students won the privilege of bringing in the John Lennon Educational Tour Bus. Now that tour bus, it travels around the country. It is a technology music tour bus, and on Monday, October 20th, we're going to have a large number of students on that bus all day long, making videos, writing music. It has a green screen in there, and it has a recording studio that's closed off in the middle of the bus, and it's soundproof. But they'll be able to do that. And then the next day, we're going to have a supportmusic.com community webinar forum that's going to be broadcast around the country, where we bring together music educators from around Virginia and certainly in the Hampton Roads area to talk about the value of a high-quality music education.
Awesome. Well, before we close, last week I had on the show Beth Mayer, who coordinates athletics, and one of the things that we talked about was the importance of what we call extracurricular activities to the academic piece for the student, in terms of giving them something to be excited about when they go to school. And I know fine arts is important in that area. I was in the band growing up, in the marching band, so for me that was the real draw to going to school. So would either one of you like to just comment on the importance that fine arts plays in terms of molding that whole academic student?
Well, I think the arts, because they're so inclusive, you can join it. You don't have to be an expert at what you're interested in. We accommodate every student. And I think what we teach, we've talked a lot about it, we help that student become a better citizen, become a better student when they go off to college. We give them the skills that they need to work successfully with their peers. It takes what they learn in the academic world, and we teach them how to use that in a more creative manner and to make it actually workable within their lives. So I think we provide things that they'll use throughout their life in terms of their relationships with themselves and with others.
And certainly in the area of music, specifically with marching band, we talk about it as a lab to the band class. It is an area where they can attach their skills and their knowledge and promote the whole student and the whole learner, and also something to develop their character when they're working with groups of students in the areas of, you know, integrity and responsibility and commitment.
Mm-hmm. Well, great. Well, I appreciate you both joining me today, and I'm really looking forward to the John Lennon educational bus tour, and I'm sure our students will be really excited about that, to see that. So I hope you'll come back maybe in the spring and share some more information with us.
Yes.
But thank you very much for being here today.
It was nice being here.
And thank you for watching Wired In. Have a great week.